All right, guys. I'm starting a little bit behind on this podcast. Welcome, everybody. But I'm going to do the faster playback speed, and so we can get to the president
Second
within
Lady
a
of the
minute or
United
so.
States.
As that is all the they're doing their shout outs.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Okay.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office, 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Can you even
A short time
fathom
ago, we were a
that
dead
number,
country.
really?
Now
That's
we are
just,
the hottest country
you
anywhere
might
in
as
the
well
world.
say
The
a
hottest.
bajillion dollars.
All right. Can you hear me now, Felix?
Yeah, now I hear you loud and clear. You can hear
Okay,
me.
excellent.
As thousands of
I
new
can put
businesses
us
are forming
on
in factories,
the screen
plants, and
if you
laboratories
want.
have been
Yeah,
built.
you certainly
We've added
may. We got
17,000
our
jobs
technical
in just a very
issues
short
done, I
period of
think.
time. It's getting bigger and bigger and
All
stronger.
right.
Nobody can believe
You
what
got your
Don't
they're
jinx
camera
it.
issue done.
American oil production is up by more than
Yeah.
600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Partner.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
Yes. How are you, Father? Hey, good.
It's the big
More
Felix
Americans are
reveal.
working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America.
Praise God for that.
There's a couple of Democrats there trying to.
We got a
lap-
record number of
Okay.
job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted
I thought
2.4
like something like 40 of them
million
boycotted,
Americans
didn't they?
off of
Or is
food
it 20?
stamps.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even follow that part. It's great. This is just
And
an
for all of these
exercise.
reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Amen, Father Haygood. He says God is good. At the end of the day, am I right? That's
Mhm.
God is good. Amen.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really
Don't
don't
give a
know
craps.
what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Yep, wait for it. Let's see if he says anything on Canada.
Yeah, right.
You know, if the Canadians won, we would never hear the end of it for like a whole year.
Oh,
But
that's
they're
true.
all like, "Oh, we don't need hockey. We have Carney." It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
They have at least they have those death pods. All right.
That's right. I'm gonna see if I've been fiddling with my camera. My cat's been dancing on my tripod. I know that'll come as no surprise to most of our regular viewers.
At least when we get the full moon tonight, it's the cat full moon.
Cat full moon?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever seen them get up.
We're pretty much
And
all
actually,
caught
not
up.
all of them did get up.
Mm.
But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Yeah, there was a little bit of controversy on Twitter about the women's team coming to the White House, so there must be a story there.
Yeah, probably.
Did we lose sound
Yeah,
there,
it's-
Felix, or what's going on there?
Yeah, you can hear me, right? No, I was looking at the speed. Yeah, we're super close being caught up.
We're in the Oval
on
Office.
the speed.
Okay.
I just did that so this way we
Second,
can,
very big
you know,
congratulations
catch up,
to
yeah.
Team USA. But
if he was
I have to
speaking
say
that fast for
when I
that'd be
told them,
pretty
listen, we
hilarious.
took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there and they weren't about to say no because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Oh, better days.
Yeah, that's true.
There's that guy who got his teeth knocked
46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
I mean, he didn't exactly beat China in ping pong, like some of our other great heroes, but I guess, okay.
Well, like I say, had the Canadians won, we would have never heard the end of it for a year.
Hey, man. No, live it up.
Great
That's like, I like,
the best.
I like when America
I thought
wins
he
in the
deserved it.
Olympics.
And I did take a vote, every
I'm a
single
fan.
one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
All right. I think we're caught up too on the sync there. So we should
Excellent.
be in real speed, regular speed. We had to give the president like 3 cups of coffee real quick.
I'm also
That's
pleased
right.
to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics. And it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Oh, great. They might actually clean up the homeless people and get them somewhere out of the Skid Row there. Like they did when, remember when, what was it?
Los Angeles is going to be safe.
They went to San
just
Francisco?
like Washington,
Yeah,
D.C.
that's right. They
is
cleaned it
now
up
one
for
of
China.
the safest cities
Yep.
in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
Yes, more circus and Brad. So far that's so good.
So this
we
will
talked
be
Rare
a
about
that a
year
country
to
makes money on the
celebrate
Olympics,
our
I believe.
country
yeah.
and the
I
heroes
mean,
who have kept
honestly,
it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Wow.
woo.
I
Okay.
don't know if I'd like to live to 100. How about you, Felix?
No, like it would be cool. Like 1940 to now would be like
Yeah.
a cool 100-year span, but like To 2081. I don't know what 2000. I don't want to know what 2081 looks like. That you know, we're all going to be on
Like it was
electric
scary.
dishes. Yeah,
right.
I don't like it.
I'm still here, folks. I'm just going to
So,
mess with
buddy,
my
you're a
tripod
brave
for a
man,
minute.
and we
I'll be right
salute
back.
you.
I'm still
Even
I'll
in
still
times
on
of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always
That's
shone
right.
through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but
Huh.
very brave.
Oh,
very,
that's
very
a cool
top,
story.
Always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Woo. God bless him. That is awesome. God, talk about actually making a difference.
Yep, a lot of bravery there.
Oh, Lord. God bless him. That is awesome. You plan on seeing? I plan on seeing 2100.
People watched Scott from a distance.
I'm lucky if
They
I see
couldn't believe what
2030,
they
man.
were seeing. The
At this
winds were
rate.
blowing, the rain was pouring,
2035.
everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever
I
seen.
need to cut
anything
back
like
on the
it. They said,
pieces.
wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Where do you go from here?
That's right.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
It went from 50% to 48% or something like that. Or, I mean, I don't know. Sorry. That's not the win you guys are trying to sell me.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary, massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security
Yeah,
for our
I'll give you
great
that.
seniors.
I'll give you that. It starts with the right to life before all else. Amen. That is right.
I'm waiting for some angry person to start. You know, remember last year they went with some guy there with a cane.
And we also made
Had to freak
interest on
out.
auto loans tax
Yeah, that's
deductible
great.
the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Okay. And yes, Democrats are anti-America. There it is.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man.
I believe him. Someone wanted to impress the boss.
Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
Okay.
I mean, that's good. I didn't realize it was being funded by donations.
Yeah, right.
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. Trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book.
So can the kids use this money for a business, Felix, do you know, or does it have to be for schooling?
I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud
No
of the
clue.
people that got it started.
And you know,
Now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's
you got to
stunning
see how these play out.
economic turnaround.
I was getting
The
nervous. when it
biggest in
comes to this.
history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the
Ugh,
S&P
I don't
hit
care.
7,000,
It's-
where it
it's-
wasn't supposed to do it for many years,
I'm sorry, Father.
were tariffs.
It sounds a
I
little-
use
It
these
is good that it came up.
taking
It went
hundreds of
up. Don't get me
billions of
wrong.
Well, now,
dollars
do you
to
have a
make great deals
401k
for our
with your
country,
job, Felix?
both economically and on a
No,
national
401k.
security basis.
401k, no
Well, I
insurance.
can't
Everything
really-
was working well.
I can't really blame you if you're not that interested in it, but
decades are now
it's
paying us
that's
hundreds of
essentially that's
billions of
people's
dollars.
retirement.
No, that
were
is
ripping
important for
us so
people's
badly,
retirement.
you
I
all know
100% agree with that.
Everybody knows
I'm
it.
just
Even
waiting to
the
say, it's like, we're
Democrats
going to
know it, they
arrest
just don't
all
wanna
of these
say it.
sickos.
And yet
And
these countries
I almost
are
want to
now
see like the
happy,
army come in and just start
and so
yanking
are
out
we.
some of the,
We made
the
deals. The
names
deals
in
are
the
all
list
done.
Right.
that are in
And
Congress.
they're
That'd be
happy.
great.
They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no
Yeah,
inflation, tremendous
fair enough,
growth.
Father
And the
Haygood. Yeah,
big
I didn't mean
story was how
disrespect by
Donald
that. It's
Trump
just,
called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
wow. Yeah.
But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made,
Yeah, they're not going to want what he'll
knowing
replace it
that
with.
the legal power that I, as president,
Yes.
have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Yeah. Anything to just get that percentage down. They could just rob us a little less.
Moving forward, factories,
for sure.
jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the
Now we're
productive,
talking, Father
hardworking
Haygood.
people
Yeah.
who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the
Same.
Green New Scam, open borders for everyone.
That
They poured
was
in
kind
by
of
the
my
millions
point,
and
Father
millions
Haygood.
from
It's like, yeah,
prisons
okay, us little
and
guys, we're
mental
here waiting for some
institutions.
crumbs.
They
Can
were
we get a little
11,888
crumbs here?
murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now, the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Wow. That's a good moment right there. That's a fact. Did you cast that, Father?
They knew their statements were a
what's
lie.
that?
They knew it.
It's probably like the
They
first
knew their
highlight of the
statements
night, in
were
my
a
opinion.
dirty,
Real,
rotten
well, I
lie.
mean,
Their policies
out of his
created
zingers.
the high prices. Our policies
sorry, I was playing
are
with my
rapidly
tripod.
ending them. We are doing really
It's
well.
having
Those
some issues
prices
since
are
the cat
plummeting
danced on
downward.
top of it.
Of course. How ironic! Finally, get my camera going.
The price of eggs.
Felix gets
There
his
we go.
camera going, and my cat did a
60%.
dance on top of my tripod, and it doesn't stay up anymore.
chicken,
So I'm
butter,
like,
fruit.
ah.
Hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down.
Okay.
And soon you will see numbers
Let's
that
see.
few
The chicken,
I hope so.
the chicken
would
came
think
down, I
were
think,
possible
and they
to
culled all
achieve
those
just a
chicken.
short
Remember
time
that for the
ago.
bird flu?
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
can believe
So
it.
Yeah.
eggs and chickens were just like they cost a fortune.
You see energy going
Yeah.
down,
So it's
down,
it's
down,
uh
that they
it's
cannot
starting
believe
to
it.
work itself back.
It's like another.
It's like it's
big
fast breed
tax
chickens.
cut.
That's what people don't
I'm
realize.
also
Like
confronting
you
one
know,
of
it's
the
easy to
biggest
bounce back
ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of
from no chickens to like
healthcare
billions of chickens. It's
caused
actually
by
pretty
you.
easy.
Since the passage
You
of
know,
the Unaffordable
right,
Care
just
Act, sometimes
The
referred
Unaffordable
to
Care
as
Act, I love it.
Obamacare, big insurance
He gets a
companies
little
cut
shot
the
in there,
rich.
eh?
It was meant for the
Yeah.
insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%. Like nothing
Nebraska
else.
got devastated by.
That's
You know
why
what?
I
Yeah.
introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments
I'm
to
gonna go refill
big
my water. I'll
insurance
be back.
companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost. In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Yeah, there's a certain injustice when
Other
people in
presidents
Europe
tried to
can buy
do it,
American
but
medication
they
at a
never
tenth of the
could. They
cost.
tried. Most didn't try.
Yeah.
actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done under my just enacted most favored nation agreements. Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price.
So, especially, I hope people with like diabetic medication or whatever finally can get a break because that was getting ridiculous.
So in my
And these
first
Absolutely.
year of the
allergy,
second
like
term,
these atropine injectors and stuff, they
Keep
cost
going.
hundreds of dollars when I'm sure they probably cost $30
strange
to
things
make.
happen.
So,
I
any
took
kid with an
prescription
allergy
drugs,
that needs an
a very big
EpiPen,
part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
I think people like to name everything like this just
And
to
here
trigger the
tonight
other
is the very
side, right,
first
Felix?
customer ever to get that big discount, and it is
Yeah,
big.
no, totally.
Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug.
Now
is
here is
costing
this
Catherine
is interesting,
Yeah.
folks,
$4,000 to
for those of you
purchase.
tuning in. So this
But a
is
few
where
weeks ago, she
the Trump
logged
administration
onto
does
the
deviate
Trump
from
RX
Catholic
website
teaching.
and
So,
got that
and
same
in part,
drug that cost $4,000.
bad philosophy
get it
makes
for under
bad theology,
$500.
which
A
informs
reduction of much more
poorly
actually
informs
than
politicians.
$3,500.
So IVF is not a.
Catherine,
I mean,
are
we
all
want,
praying
of
for
course, we
you,
want
and
lots of
you're going
babies.
to
We
be
want population
a great
growth, and
mom.
Republicans want to see a fertility rate that's large and large families, so they agree with us on that. But their solution is to use IVF, which, of course, if you wait until your 30s, it's more likely that you would need that medical procedure if you, So the solution is to create
So
an
now I'm
environment,
rolling
like I
on
was telling
Congress
somebody
to
today.
codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%.
Yeah, that's true
But
enough.
John,
But
and
like I
Mike,
say,
if you
my
don't mind,
father was
gotta fight it
24 and
anyway.
he had a house
They
on a
do
single
it.
income and
Gotta
provided
fight
for a
anyway. Thank
family in
you.
his age. So
Many Americans
we
are
have to
also
return to that
concerned that
again because right
energy
now young
demand from
people, even
AI
in their
data
30s or
centers
40s,
could
can't
unfairly
afford a
drive up
house.
their
They can't afford a
electric
family.
utility bills.
So you want
Tonight, I'm pleased to
larger,
announce
fix
that
the
I have
fertility, fix the
negotiated the new
affordability for young people to have a
ratepayer
home.
protection pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down.
That's actually
This
a pretty
is
smart
unique
policy
strategy
idea.
never used in
So that
this
hopefully
country
will
before.
impact people
We have
like
an old
Felix,
grid. It
who
could
won't
never
be paying
handle
as
the
much
kind of
for power when we start
numbers, the amount of electricity
rolling out
that's needed.
nuke and
So I'm
making these
telling
big
them
companies
they
have
can
their
build
own
their
power
plant.
plants.
They're
And
going to produce
Yeah.
their
Duke
own
Energy is
electricity.
now has their
It
production.
will
They're just going to
ensure
have
the
to lower
company's
prices. You
ability
know?
to get electricity while at
Yeah,
the
totally.
same
I
time
get behind that.
lowering
And I
prices of
actually like the
electricity
drug
for you.
news.
It could be very
You know,
substantial for
Yep.
all
cheap
of your cities and
pharmaceuticals.
towns.
That's that's
You're
really
going to see
cool.
some good
So
things
this is
happen
what we
over
want to
the
see from
next
both
number of
sides.
years.
Both parties should
Another
be
pillar of the
promoting
American dream that has
policies that
been under
affect the
attack
ordinary
is
person.
home
This
ownership.
kind of stuff affects.
With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a
Yeah.
mom of two
I mean,
from
the
Houston.
stock
She
market
placed
and
bids on
they
20
say
homes
401ks,
and
that's
lost
a
all of
pretty
those bids to
ethereal
But less
gigantic
important for
investment
people's
firms that
retirement
bypassed
plans. So if
inspection,
you
paid all cash,
if they have a
and turned those houses
401k
into rentals, stealing
or
away
another
her
kind of pension plan,
American dream.
then a
It's
healthy stock
devastating.
market's required for your
Stories like
your future
this
retirement.
are
But I
why
gather what
last
you're
month I
saying, Felix,
signed
is that for
executive
executive
people that
order
haven't been able to
to
have
ban
savings, it's
large
no
Wall
big
Street
news.
investment firms
no,
from
it's
buying
not
up
just that.
in the
It's just
thousands
the market is
single-family
unstable and
homes.
fickle. Just because it's over 50 today, that doesn't really mean anything.
And also here's a factor.
Yeah.
It also has to do with the weakening dollar, right?
The weakening dollar, yes.
And now I'm
listen,
asking
if that happens
Congress
as the
to
stock market
make
goes,
that
so
ban
goes
permanent
401ks,
because
obviously, right?
homes
So
for
Right.
again,
people
I wasn't trying to disrespect people who
really,
have
that's what we
401ks
want.
and
We
stock
want
markets.
homes
It's
for
just
people,
that
No.
not for corporations.
I was there for
Corporations do just
2008
fine.
and many
Rachel,
more in the
thank you very much. Good luck
80s
with your
crash.
home. You'll get one soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're
See, have
also
you noticed,
working to
Felix,
make
that
it
my
easier
camera is
for
starting to
Americans to save for retirement.
Oh, it's
my
doing
head
it
is
again.
closer to the thing because it's
Administration
yeah.
will always protect Social
So I think
Security.
I have a
Medicare.
fix for it, but
They
we'll
are
have to wait
not
till next
protecting
episode.
it for our seniors. We will always protect.
All it took was one cat doing a
Social
dance on a
Security,
camera.
Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this
talking to me?
gross disparity, I'm announcing that
Your employer
next
doesn't
year,
match
my
your contributions,
administration will
Felix?
give these
Yeah, right.
forgotten American workers, great
Or
people,
would I ask
people
that?
that built our country, access to the same type
I don't
of
know.
retirement plan offered
Me
to
too, for
every
that
federal
matter.
worker.
But I had
We
a
will
I had a
match your
pension I liquidated
contribution
and
with
put
up
into
to
the market.
$1,000 each
Oh,
year,
nice.
as we ensure that all Americans can
My old
profit from
my
a
old
rising stock
Canadian
market. Let's
military one.
also ensure that
Nice.
members of Congress
Well, it's not a
cannot
lot. They took
corruptly profit
a lot of
from
money in
using
fees. They
insider
took a good cut of it.
information.
Well, Canada, you say, right?
Right. So you get the exchange hit and then you get the fee hit. And so by the end of it, I had like 2 buckets of moths.
Yeah. It was now $2.14 in the stock market. So
Yeah.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
oh, now it's a
I
party.
can't believe it.
Hello,
Dale.
Dale.
Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here. Doubt it.
Whoa! How dare
Pass
you?
the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Yes.
Yeah, without delay. Will that happen?
And no vodka in the drinking water carafes.
Yeah. Thank you. I just feel like
I wasn't sure if
both of
anybody
those are
even
wishful
on this side
thinking,
was gonna
if
oppose
that
it.
for that
I'm
passing.
very impressed. Thank you.
We'll
I'm
see.
very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. there's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the
Oh, he went there, Felix.
He went there.
He went
And
there.
in actuality, the number is much higher than that.
How
And
dare
California,
you.
Massachusetts,
I know, eh?
Maine, and many
Yeah.
other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the
Who's
fabric
messing
of
with
the
his
nation,
mic?
and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe.
Is someone messing with his
Well,
mic? Oh,
tonight,
yeah, they could
although
be.
Yeah.
4 months ago, I am officially
He's not
announcing
moving
the
back and forth
war
from the mic.
on
Why is his
fraud
volume
to
going up
be
and down?
Led by
Oh, that's a
our
good
great
point.
Vice President J.D. Vance.
The conspiracy of the evil White House DJ or whatever.
Yeah, that's
sound
right, eh?
engineer. Yeah, right.
He'll get it done. Find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali
I'm not making this
pirates who
up.
ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world and lawlessness.
Yeah,
You're
they probably
right,
have
Bill.
faulty wiring.
Yep,
not
Yeah,
you're
faulty
right.
wiring. Yeah.
Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Well, of course, they're trying to kill the mic now. Perfect timing. During the pep rally issue, that was fine. We started
Absolutely.
getting into the meat. And it was like, my mic not working,
Delilah
guys.
Colton was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Aww. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Okay.
Yeah, Canada has that problem too. There's a lot
It's a
of
global.
lot of-
That's a
seems to be a
world.
global problem. Who knew that
a
one
world-
country? It's kind of like Dune, Felix. Only
yesterday,
one country,
as
one
you
planet has the
probably saw,
spice. Well, only one
they
country
hosted a
seems to supply the
ceremony
commercial drivers.
Americans who lost
Yeah.
their treasured loved
That's a
ones
World
through the
Economic
scourge
Group
of illegal
Yeah.
thing.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
immigration. People
But you'd
came
think they'd
into
pick a
our
culture
country.
that could
How we allowed
drive.
this to happen when
Yeah.
they opened doors.
No,
These
they
are
want to
Just
go
saying.
worse.
angel moms and
I don't know.
veterans
I
that
don't
for
know which one that
decades
would be,
our
but
government betrayed and our media
Yeah.
totally ignored. It was
They
terrible.
didn't even
Hard to
consider
believe,
Asian
actually.
drivers. I mean, I
In
don't know. Is that too
2023, a
far?
16-year-old high school
Forgive me.
cheerleader
Forgive me. I'm very sorry. That was
Elizabeth Medina.
see, at least I kept
was
it vague,
supposed to
Felix.
perform in her
You had to
town's
bring us
Christmas
into the.
parade, but she never arrived. Her mother,
I did not mean
Jacqueline,
that.
went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub,
Ugh.
bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times.
Oh, man.
Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and really just brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Father. I know. You know what? I just came back from Oklahoma yesterday. I didn't get a full 8 hours, but I'm excited to be here. Just to be clear, but I don't know. Maybe it's like subconscious grouchiness
Thank you
or
very
something.
much, Jacqueline. Thank you.
So it's just so please forgive me.
We can never.
Did you
forget
drive
that
or
many
fly,
in this
Felix?
room
I flew
Oh yeah.
Frontier,
not
which
only
was
allowed the
that's
border
its own story.
invasion
Not as bad as
to
I thought it would
happen
be, but still bad.
before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world.
That's
The
right.
only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
Not the Lord. No, never. I know no one is safe, Father. Not today.
As we speak,
You're-
Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Who's standing up? Whoa! People still had the cheek to stay seated.
Yep.
Wow! Smart play.
Yep. Right. It'll all be on the camera.
Wow.
Should be some mechanism just to dismiss any person that's not being faithful to their oath.
Oh, keep. You know what? Just dig it in, Donald, President, Mr. President. Please just dig it in.
Now, are there some Democrats standing over there, Felix?
No. No, not even a light clapping. Look at that.
Yep. Stand and be counted, folks.
God. At least
No,
the
it's good.
Republicans are.
Let
yeah,
the people see.
yeah. The Republicans are smart enough to fake it. I did that for Father Hagen. I'm sending shots across the bow. No one's safe. No, but
Across the bow, Felix. You're hitting the bow.
yeah, I know. Oops. Yeah, I shot the mask off. Trying to swivel. No, but yeah, this is insane. Okay, is that one clapping?
Yeah.
Is that a
well,
Democrat?
maybe not.
Who's that lady
Oh, yeah. Maybe there
in
is.
red? Yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't that a
kudos.
shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right. Keep it going.
That
Keep
is
it
why
going.
I'm also
No mercy.
asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect
Someone's
the
trying to overtalk
criminals
him.
and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Exactly.
Woo. Keep going. Don't stop. I can take this. Should be the rest of the State of the Union. Right here. We're in the hot spot. Let's just stay in this pocket right here. This is
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
okay. If it's like the Patriot Act, I don't know, or is it,
No,
Not
that's
for
about,
illegal aliens and others.
requiring a proper. You
We're
have to prove you're a
unpermitted
citizen to
persons
vote.
From voting in
Okay.
our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Okay, I have a feeling they're going to turn voter ID into face scanning, but you know what? I do agree.
You're right, Felix. You open up a can of whoop with this, but hopefully, already the driver's license is a good mechanism.
Yeah.
There's certain
All
driver's
voters
licenses that
must show
add the little symbol. You can fly
proof
with them,
of
so
citizenship.
they
right.
just have to put a citizen code on it, and that'll fix
The
it.
end. I agree. I mean, in a perfect world, that's probably the cheapest way to do
And
it.
no more
and the most
crooked
logistically sound
mail-in
way to do
ballots
it.
except for illness.
But they're going to go for
disability,
real ID. They're going to
military,
go
or
for
travel. No.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of that. I think the state
Face
can handle it.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's
Well, they already
polling
have
at
it with the driver's
89%,
license, right?
including
So-
Democrats.
That's true.
There's no real escape.
89%.
But at least just have it so that it's only really accessible if there's a need for an audit. They shouldn't have just free access to.
And
Whoa,
even the
we're
new
doing-
communist mayor. of
I'll
New
be
York
right
Yeah,
back.
that's
I
right.
have a tripod problem.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem, Father Higgin. It's not that they have my face; it's who they give the
to
information
shovel
to,
Snow, they
like
got hit
private
hard.
corporations and
Wants
stuff
them
like
to
that,
shovel
and
snow, but if
people
you apply
hack
for
it.
that job,
It's
you
not
need
so
to show
much
2 original forms
they
of
have my
ID and a
face.
social
You know what I mean?
security card. Yet they don't want identification for the
Yeah,
greatest
they definitely have my
privilege
face.
of
I'm
them all,
on
voting
I'm
in
on
America.
StreamYard
That's
right now, literally showing my face.
both Republicans
to your
and
point,
Democrats
in 100 years from now,
overwhelmingly agree on the
It's very good. They're gonna have Felix like Max Headroom.
And
He'll be
Congress
gone like 50
should
years.
unite
but-
and enact
Yeah,
all common
uh,
sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
This
Save
is hilarious.
America's
This
election.
tripod thing, guys.
Mm.
Well, I mean, this was a good night to do it, though.
Hey, yeah, no, this is actually
If the
perfect
cat's
time.
going to take out a tripod, it might as well be before we're just really watching the State of the Union together.
See if you go low tech and you like stack some books under it or something, or
Why
You know
do
what?
they
I might come down to that.
voter ID? One
Yeah.
reason, because they
Either
want
that
to
or
cheat.
turn
There's
cat
only
into
one
mitten.
reason.
yeah.
I
They
don't know.
make up all excuses. They
Oh,
say
you-
it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree, even if we're a lefty of goodwill, we don't need
And
election.
here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government.
That's right.
In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to
Wow.
a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe,
Wow.
isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered.
Father Higgin, I don't
terribly
even
for a
get
long
upset by
time.
being called a racist
But
or a
today,
phobe. It's
all of that is
overused
behind them
to the
because
point that it's
Sage
lost
is
its
a
true meaning.
proud and wonderful
Same.
young woman with
I
a
think you actually
full
automatic
ride
win the argument
scholarship to
when that comes
Liberty
out.
University.
Like,
Sage
yeah,
and Michelle, please
it
stand
has
up.
no weight anymore. And this is someone who I would be, as a loony, Hispanic, lefty liberal in New Jersey during the Obama years, I was like kind of high tuned to it. And now even I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it's almost a badge of honor at this point.
I'd say so.
And
Yeah.
thank
yes,
you for your
yes.
great bravery.
You know,
And
when-
who can
when lefties
believe
call
that
me
we were
funny
speaking
names,
about
I'm-
things like this?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
15 years ago,
Yeah.
if somebody was up here and said that, they say, "What's wrong with him?" But now we have to.
All
say
right,
it
I think
because it's
I'm
going on all
functional now,
over in
guys.
numerous states
Sweet.
without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree, no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it
I need
immediately.
to see who's not standing now. Show it. No. Show me the whole Congress. Look at that. Look at that.
These
Still sitting.
people are crazy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, good.
Crazy.
I'm glad he's saying it. It's about time we call it out.
Yeah. These people are crazy.
Crazy.
Yo, this is going to be great.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we
keep
have a
interrupting.
country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
It remains to be seen, but I am optimistic. I am optimistic.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady, now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who
No,
would have believed that? Over the
that
past
movie kind
year,
of flopped, but
She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch
There
the
we go.
Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both. And Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the movie's any good or not, but I definitely know that it didn't perform well, fortunately. Hopefully it's a good movie and gets cult status down the line, but
I just
know.
get a
Outlook
kick
is
out
good.
of all those haters about it, and then it did better
Right.
than the haters. The haters were saying that it didn't do well at all, but I know it had some success.
it had a little bit of
I'm
success,
very
right?
proud to
It's just,
say that
okay.
during my time in office, both
You know what? I
the
should look
first
that
4
up.
years and in
'cause I
particular
Yeah,
thought
you
it
can look it
this
up.
personally
last year,
did. I think
there
I
has
probably
been a tremendous
propaganda.
renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
okay. Who's not standing? Come on.
This is especially true among young people. And a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. A great guy, great man.
Oh. Wow. Call him out again, Donald.
So last year,
Mr.
Charlie
President,
was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
right. This is, I think, the first time she's been sad since this has happened.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Let's see who's not standing. Okay. Do we finally have our first?
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible.
They're
It's
doing
a
calls to
beautiful thing
prayer in New
see.
York City for the
Above all,
Muslims.
unleashing America's promise requires keeping our community safe. We have made incredible strides, yet
Did you hear about
dangerous
that?
repeat offenders continue to be released by
Yeah.
pro-crime
prayer in New
Democrat
York City.
politicians again and again.
Over
We're
louds,
honored
over
to
speakers.
be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina fled
He gets it.
war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been
Oh
arrested over a
man.
Yeah,
dozen
that was-
times and
that
was
was
released
bad.
through no cash
Disgusting,
bail,
yeah.
stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever
Playing
forget
hymns
there
or
were people
bagpipes. Yeah.
on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror
Ave
on
Maria. and Just
Irina's
pull.
face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened
Drowned.
criminal,
Yeah.
set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Oh my Lord. Oh man.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
Thank
I'm
you.
asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
I'm glad he's calling them out for not standing. This is
I
like
am
something
too.
that all
It's
they
disgusting.
always
Yeah.
always just let people sit and stand as they and whatever, just don't acknowledge it. I kind of love.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Oh yeah, great. Maybe we need to send a military to every city and every town.
In fact, crime in Washington
Well, any town with a gang,
is now
well,
at the
gang
lowest
problem.
level ever recorded,
yeah,
and
yeah.
murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even saying I'm opposed, but especially in the instances like what you're saying, if there's gang stuff or whatever. Yeah.
Well, look at DC. I mean, there you go. The stats are on the
They don't
screen.
like to hear that.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Sick
it
people,
speaks
one
for
of those
Proofs
itself.
in the pudding.
brave
Yeah.
service members
100%.
who helped achieve this stunning turnaround.
You see the citizens even
20-year-old
saying it.
West Virginia
thought it was gonna
Army
be bad, but it was
National
great.
Guard specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country.
Excuse
Sarah
me, I'll be right
Beckstrom
back.
died in
I'll be
order
listening,
to
but I'll be
defend
on
our
mute.
capital.
Yep, no
And
problem.
we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it. So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right. Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart. We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India. Would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people, said the Prime Minister of Pakistan, would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which
It
proceeds
is kind of
at a
interesting.
very
People
low
get
level.
Nobel
It's just about
Peace
there.
Prizes for not
I wanna
even
thank
ending a single war. And
Goff
even
and
if some
Jared
of these
Kushner for
were,
your
you
help.
know,
Thank you,
a little
Steve.
less
Thank you,
formal
Jimmy.
influence than others, you gotta give him his due.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
I'm not a Marco stan, really, but okay.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that have been quite impressed with how he
People
has
like you.
developed.
True.
You know?
You know, Marco
True.
got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
Yeah.
Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that?
It's still not standing. These guys. They have like,
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the 9th war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military, obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Okay, some Democrats are clapping for war. That's something.
For decades, it had been the policy of
Well,
the
you
United
know, that's
States
probably
never
their
to allow
donors.
Iran to obtain a
Yeah.
nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact.
That he
He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Okay.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protests, 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Desert Storm Part 3, The Return of the Jedi. Okay.
Well, hopefully with no troops on the ground.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll have robot dogs fighting instead. From Boston Dynamics.
Weird things have happened.
My preference is to
You're going to
solve
need to
this
let loose
problem
them on New
through
York.
diplomacy.
Yeah,
But
that's
one
right.
thing is certain. I
Maybe
will
he has a
never
raw
allow the
sounding
world
girl.
to
Yeah,
be
you're right.
one
It's
sponsor
two
of
bodies of water.
terrorists. They are by far. To have a nuclear weapon, can't let that happen.
I'm just waiting for the, well, we thought they had nuclear weapons. And I was waiting for that.
That's right.
I'm not exactly.
No nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to
Father
continue to
Haygood
do
says the
so.
USS Gerald Ford is
Also,
on its
just
way
approved a
or
$1
is in the
trillion budget.
Mediterranean.
We have no choice.
There
We
you
have
go.
to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together.
And
It's really
another
called peace
book.
through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
Maybe they can end the slave trade while they're there. Peace and strength.
So
That's
thanks
almost
to
out of V for
Republican-
Vendetta.
In Congress, we're investing that record number of
I'm almost
dollars.
positive that's like
Have
the
no choice.
it's
in the
unity through
United
strength.
States
Actually,
Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2.
who's paying the under 95%?
Good question.
And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily. One meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. and everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
Okay.
You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things. A lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, "What's the number?" $1,775. I said, "Wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to." I said, "We're going to figure that." I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar. I said $1,776, and I said, "That's good." And I'll tell you what, our military. That was 4 months ago. Our military. I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military.
Okay.
We love our law enforcement. We love
That's
our
hard to-
firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough.
That's hard to be
We
mad
love our
at.
firemen. We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Sure.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January,
Yeah, they're throwing quite the tantrum.
Yep. Of course, the Democrats don't want to get rid of drug lords either.
Why would they want to?
Oh, I see
Are
a
they
couple
gonna-
of them.
January, elite American warriors.
Are they gonna
carried
celebrate
out
the
one of
Saturday
most
nights, you know?
complex, spectacular feats of military competence and
Yeah,
power.
never did figure out whether it
Just, you
was
know, it's
who
skin
belonged that little
foreign
bag
leaders.
of
I won't tell you who called me and they
Right.
said,
snow in the
know.
White House, eh?
They couldn't believe
Everybody
they all
blames
watched
poor Hunter,
it.
but
So what
some are
happened.
suggesting it wasn't Hunter at all.
This is a different
Maybe not. Yeah,
fighting
but it
force
was
that we
like,
had
oh,
years
luckily
ago
Hunter
when
was
we
here, so
fought
we
to
got someone to
tie.
pin it on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a
Look,
Hunter
it's
fan, but I do feel a little bit bad
Space
for him in the
Force
sense
is
that
my baby.
he kind of
He's my
he's kind of
baby.
who they
It's
blame a
becoming
lot
so
of stuff
important.
on.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's 100%. But wow,
Well, like I say, I'm just impressed they don't have some old guy running around with
And
the cane like
America's
last
armed
time.
forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
okay.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States. And it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains.
Yeah,
for
U.S. is actually
both of
really
our
good at
countries and to
installing
bring
other
new
governments
hope to those who
worldwide.
have
So
suffered
we
so
should
terribly.
see some
They really
beautiful
did
results.
suffer. With us tonight is
Yeah, no,
Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew
such a
up
great track
in a
record. You're right,
tight-knit
Felix.
Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved
Oh man,
Uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed
And it's
Maduro,
always in
he was
countries that have
kidnapped
oil.
by Maduro's
I mean,
security forces and
great
thrown into
coincidence.
the
What
regime's
makes the world go around, man.
really
Yeah, I get a
infamous
kick out of
prison
it.
in
You know,
Caracas.
no one's going to invade over windmills.
Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also.
It's-
But since
right,
the
the
raid,
wind
we
wars.
have worked
Yeah,
with
we need
the new
those.
leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released,
He's here
but
tonight.
he is here tonight. We
I
brought
know
him
it.
over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Oh, he did like a Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
You know, like he's actually here. Come on out. No,
Yeah,
that's a cool little surprise. Though. Wow. Oh, that's really, really cool, though. You know, all joking aside, that's really cool. Aw.
Yeah, again, all the Democrats, not a single clap.
Okay, have a good
Oh,
time.
my back hurts. I can't really
Nice
get
to
up,
have
guys.
you back, Enrique.
I wish the Democrats were happy to
There were
see
many
you.
heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the
Okay.
mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter, a big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook
Now we're
under the
talking.
cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by
And
thousands of
Canada's.
soldiers and guarded by
Wait,
Russian
when it could
and
collect
Chinese
Cuba and Colombia's
military
president? I know, right?
technology. How did that work out? Not too
Yeah.
good.
It'd be the best thing for those countries. I'll tell you.
While
At least
preparing
Cuba.
to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle.
I mean,
And
you know
Eric
what?
was
I might
hit
be speaking too soon.
very
on that.
badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, we probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and
Oof.
people knew what was happening. Everybody
On
in
a
the back of the
chopper, you
helicopter
need your
knew 'cause
legs.
They saw the
You
blood
do.
pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer
More
Slover
so
is
than a
still
plane.
recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
Okay. Good job, Democrats. All right.
Did they stand this time?
They're actually standing this time. Look at
Okay,
that.
good.
How sweet. All right. All's forgiven. Good job. To be clear, I'm not making this joke at his expense. God bless him. That is amazing. It's very humbling, all the hero stories I've been hearing tonight. It's like I just feel just more and more useless. Seriously. God bless him. Best I can do is pray
So we have a
for real
surprise.
heroes.
Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military
Wow.
award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Good job. Good job. Oh. He says your story, Father Hagen said your hero story is yet to be written, Felix. You may be the only reason someone gets to heaven. Hey,
Absolutely.
if I could do that at least once in my life, it would be worth it. I agree with that, Father Hagen. I
Oh,
pray
you-
at least and pray for the souls in purgatory and buy them some time, or shave a little time off for them. That's so I do at least get to do that. So I'm not totally I'm not totally useless.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with
Thank
them
you for
and
that,
with a
Father.
lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And
Oh, what
Eric
was
will be
the
there.
what was the previous name?
I don't know. They probably named
Fort-
it something
Fort
that we
Harvey
can't even
Milk.
pronounce and needs a click or two.
Like Fort Harvey Milk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the theme.
Fort Newsom. Fort AOC.
Thank you, Eric.
That's right.
That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but
Yes, we did.
there's
Except
one
not the
last
Democrats. so
living
much.
legend to honor before we go. He is
That is me.
one
No,
more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
100 years old.
Yeah.
He's got 20 more in him, man. God willing.
Well, Bishop Gracita, formerly Bishop of Tallahassee, Corpus Christi, gave up his pilot's license at the age of 98. He was a B-17 pilot in World War II, and he's currently like 102, 103 years old now.
Nice.
And he's still sharp.
Wow. He looks sharp. He looks sharper than Joe Biden. I'll tell you that. Now that is sharp as attack. Yeah, that is sharp as attack. Right.
Sorry, I don't do a very good auto pen imitation.
Yeah.
God love him.
They don't cut him like this anymore.
No,
I'm living proof.
I don't know if you and I are going to make it to 100, Felix.
Yeah. No.
You guys be sure to tune in again with us if we're still cooking at 100.
Yeah, right. But then we'll get up to like 50, 60 followers, hopefully.
You might have 60 followers. You guys won't know what to do with yourselves.
Or 60 viewers at once, actually. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll be at Futurama floating jarring ahead at 100. I'll tell you.
That's right. Yep.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know,
I
that's our
love
highest
how he
honor,
trolls,
Congressional
right?
Medal of Honor, and
He
that's-
just
yeah,
loves to troll.
It's an honor
He's
to be
given
in
them
the same
he's
room
given
with
them
you.
something to write a
Well,
paper
very
about
much,
tomorrow,
Eric.
you know?
Yeah, that's something. That's
And
what
he-
I say.
he
President
does
Trump
it. He
wants
does
the
it
Medal of
intentionally.
Honor.
Yep. He does it intentionally.
Yeah, I love that too. That is like, well, that's like peak Trump right there.
Thank
Well,
you.
it was like it's like he got on there like and people
250
fall
years
for it.
is a long time
That's
in the
right.
life of a
He,
nation.
he said
Another
he
They
said
can't
on a
help
Truth
themselves.
Social post that the
Moment in the
Chinese
eye
were going
of
to take away
history.
hockey from Canada.
Two of the gentlemen
get
we met
everybody
in the
upset. It's
gallery
like,
this evening took their
it's a
first
joke,
breaths
people.
1 century
Yeah.
ago. 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and
He
won our
called out to
independence from the
his friend
heroes
John
who
Adams.
stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies
That's
into the
right.
pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the
Maybe some
globe
special
with
effects.
our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with
By Stanley
American
Kubrick.
culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years, they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot
Who
overcome.
to ask?
No frontier too vast for us to conquer. No dream too bold for us to chase.
Does the
No
Lord ask
horizon too
nicely?
distant
Or-
for us to claim.
I
For
don't know.
our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington,
Filled streets in San
D.C., the
Francisco.
golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in
So-
1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before.
Right?
Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
Come on. How much farm and food general does Nebraska provide? And we can't give them a thank you for feeding our country. Yeah, God bless. Okay. He's not ending. Did he say goodbye while I was talking? I think so.
It looks like he's saying goodbye.
Okay. Didn't mention the list. I'm a little upset at that. I wanted to hear
Yep.
something about prosecuting that. I think that's actually a big missed opportunity that kind of hurts my assessment of the evening, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no,
but
I
there
hear
was
you.
good in it.
There's a couple big pieces of news that he's been leaving hanging, actually. But
Yeah. You got a nice brief mention on Israel, nice brief mention on Iran.
Yeah.
I understand he ended wars, and I say that loosely through influence or whatnot. Yeah, I'm happy to give him credit for it, but he campaigned on no new wars, and here we are.
well,
Facing a new
that
war.
is
We'll
what
see if
it
it
is.
happens. So I am withholding judgment, but I don't know.
who's that lady in red? Anyway, she was one of them that was clapping that wasn't with. Maybe she's not a congressperson.
I know, right? She snuck in. Never.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Well, I guess that's the State of the Union, and we hit our 11 o'clock. So again, for regular viewers, this is not normally what we do, but Felix texted me earlier today, and he said, "Are we going on air?" And I thought, well, sure, And then I realized, oh no, tonight's the State of the Union.
Yeah.
So the show I
So-
had planned for you is going to go on for next week. And there was some interesting news out of the Biblical Commission and how it relates to how we look at Christianity and Catholicism. So, Catholic Christianity. So we're gonna deal with that. Which it's not really explosive. If you've been hanging around with Felix and I every week, but it's still we'll bring it up. And yeah, basically, that'll be next week, and we wish you a what's that?
And I'm sorry, real quick, and also maybe we get to touch on my visit to Oklahoma and
Oh yeah, absolutely,
partaking in
absolutely.
a Novus Ordo mass. Not unintentionally, but
That's a nice segue to what we're going to do with that, actually. So, because we we won't do 2 hours in the Biblical Commission, so we're going to do that and Felix's experience in Oklahoma. So join us next week, and we'll just end tonight with a prayer and a prayer for you for this week. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen. Dear Lord, please bless our nation and bless each of our families as we navigate a world that seems crazier by the day. We ask you to always incline our hearts to your holy will, and with your good help, make us the saints that our baptism has called us to be. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, amen. God bless you, and I will see you again next week, and I hope you have a good one. Bye for now.
God bless you guys. Good night.